The 2021 bull run is in full swing, and some incredible adoption stories for the cryptocurrency space are starting to materialize. The announcement that Tesla bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, which was 15% of their current cash, seems to have been the biggest turning point for the space in crypto adoption in the history of the asset class. Rumours of Apple and big banks such as Morgan Stanley are now circulating like wildfire, and the space is getting more and more attention. Every single day, new adopters enter the space and they're looking for big gains. Ethereum continues to push to all-time highs every single day, and altcoin season is in full swing. VeChain is another coin which looks like it's about to explode. Recently it began its pump, heading to all-time highs and beyond. But the question is, how far can VeChain go in 2021 and beyond? In this video, we'll discuss the potential of VeChain and how it can capture a huge market cap in the future based on fundamentals and also the pump of the 2021 bull run. VeChain could be a good choice for short or long term. Please like and subscribe. We are Crypto Maximalist. Let's begin. VeChain is a supply chain tracking protocol that aims to solve a very specific issue that we're facing in the modern world, which is supply chain tracking. Supply chain management is an emergent issue which is only going to become more prominent as the world of network and trade becomes much more connected and much more complex. Especially with the recent emergence of online retail such as Amazon and Shopify, the supply chain of not only retail goods but also resources for companies around the world will continue to expand to cater to markets that are developing on a global scale. But as the supply chain becomes more complex, this can also lead to problems with quality and being able to handle logistics of resource management. This is where VeChain comes in, as it provides a solution for companies and consumers alike to be able to track their goods exactly, with a record of products or resources being stored immutably on the blockchain. RFID tags are used by products which then relay information about the product to the blockchain, which can then be viewed to see all kinds of records about the product. For example, temperature conditions of food being stored in transition is one such use case that seems to have great utility for consumers, which will allow consumers to know the exact conditions that food has been transported in. This kind of information would be invaluable and would be a great feature to offer consumers, putting them at ease about where their food may be coming from. This has been especially useful in Eastern countries where VeChain originates from and has seen good adoption, where there are a large amount of seafood dishes which spoil easily in warm conditions. Being able to see the temperature a food has been stored at would be useful for customers in determining the quality of a product before buying it. The vast majority of products used by almost every country in the world are being imported from other countries, and this complex network continues to expand with raw materials, products, equipment, medicine, consumer goods, fuel, and countless other resources being moved across the world constantly. This sort of complexity can often lead to problems and inefficiency within the supply chain, with problems of food spoiling in transition, goods being lost or sent to the wrong place, or countless other issues in supply chain management. These sorts of headaches and issues are perfect for VeChain, as records are immutably stored on the blockchain and are not subject to human error. This would take away a lot of the potential guesswork that may cause supply chains to not operate at their optimum level. This sort of a utility would be invaluable to companies specifically, as they can track down their goods, tools, equipment, parts or services much more effectively than by traditional databases, which are subject to errors. The VeChain platform is a two-token system, with the VeChain token and VeThor, the fuel. The system is designed to be deflationary but have high amounts of liquidity to be used by companies. Both tokens have seen a significant pump in the bull run in recent weeks and see no sign of slowing down. The main issue for all cryptocurrency projects is adoption. There are many unbelievably good projects in the cryptocurrency space, but without good adoption, it's pointless. Capturing a market share is one of the most important things that a cryptocurrency can do, because without proper adoption for its main use case, there is little hope for a currency to develop as much as it needs to be a true success and a real asset for investors. VeChain in this instance is doing amazingly well and has already established itself as one of the biggest cryptocurrencies on the market. It is currently sitting comfortably in the top 30 at this point during the bull run, and doesn't look set for that to change anytime soon. VeChain is a real-world adoption by many companies in the real world, and this is something that cannot be underestimated. Many projects in the space are actually pumping without much real action with their currency, but this isn't the case for VeChain. VeChain is a project that has already seen adoption by a number of huge companies in the world, including BMW, Walmart China, and BYD. These are some of the largest companies in the world, and this shows the level that VeChain is trying to target in terms of clientele. Being able to create these partnerships is massive for the project and will likely pave the way for VeChain to continue its network effect and expand further and make partnerships with more massive brands across the world. VeChain's success and leadership is obvious when you look at their current list of adopters, so it seems likely to assume that they will continue this trend and make up a large amount of the market in their niche. Their niche is also something that is important to mention, as there are not many other projects that are truly challenging for the use case that VeChain has. Another important factor to consider is that when selecting cryptocurrencies to invest in is the use case of the project. Without a solid and clear use case, it can be difficult for a project to flourish in the long term. During bull runs, most cryptocurrencies, speculative or not, will pump because of the nature of how much money is flowing into the market at these times. But a lot of cryptocurrencies in the market have no underlying fundamental properties that will give them any longevity in the future. They may have a lack of a good technology or maybe a joke altogether, but this is not the case for VeChain. Cryptocurrencies that will be prominent in the future will be ones that solve real use case in the world and provide opportunity for innovation. The established nature of the current situation surrounding VeChain provides them with an absolutely ideal opportunity to move into the future with success and continue to develop their project. Because VeChain is targeting a very specific use case, they've been able to develop almost without any competition as a cryptocurrency that is designed to be used in supply chain management. This specific use case has allowed them to build up their clients to a point now where it is unlikely that they will fail in the long term. If they continue on their current trajectory in their niche, it seems likely that they'll capture a large market share of the supply chain industry, which could see their valuation rising to trillions of market cap in the future. The utility of VeChain is really impressive and useful in the current world that we're living in. As we're all aware, scammers and counterfeiting are becoming more and more prevalent in the world, especially online. The comment section of most cryptocurrency channels is currently experiencing a host of issues with scammers, but this is not limited to YouTube. Counterfeit and tampered with projects are a massive problem in the world, which is likely a tens of billions of dollars worth industry. Being able to verify the integrity of products during transition would be a valuable asset to have for companies purchasing, as they can ensure the project is legit and unaltered. For example, honey is one of the most faked products in the world, as it is often mixed with cheaper products to increase output. These sorts of issues could potentially be ironed out by VeChain. Being able to track supply chain down to the production stage is one of the standout benefits of VeChain and would be useful for companies to not only manage their own resources, but also for outside parties to identify the integrity of other products. The supply chain industry is potentially upwards of $50 trillion. When you consider VeChain could adopt a large portion of that market or be incorporated into it, the potential for VeChain to grow in size is absolutely massive. Even if VeChain captured just 1% of that industry, their market cap would be around $500 billion, which is over 150x from the current market cap of $3 billion. That would mean the current token price of 5 cents would be more like $7.50. When you start to crunch those sorts of numbers, it's easy to see why VeChain could absolutely explode in the future. If VeChain captured 10% of the market that it's targeting, the market cap would be around $5 trillion. A $5 trillion market cap would put each token at $75, or an outrageous 1,500x plus in the future. There's no guarantee that VeChain will ever reach those sorts of levels of adoption, but if it was to establish itself as one of the main cryptocurrencies in the world going forward, it's definitely a project that savvy investors will be interested in the long term. So what are your thoughts on VeChain? Do you like the project, and what is your price prediction in 2021 and beyond? Let us know in the comments down below, as we'd be interested to hear your ideas about the price action of VeChain in the future. Please like and subscribe. We are Crypto Maximalists.